Well, I first realized that I fell in love with opiates when I was 18 years old. Made the switch to heroin when I was around 25. I probably was only on the needle for maybe a month before I added smoking crack into the equation, and it almost killed me. So coming here really did save my life in so many ways. Once it started to really spiral out of control, I started forging checks. I started pawning items of mine, and then it got to a point to where I ran out of things to trade in, so I started taking things from other people. I had begun to do things that went against every moral fiber of my being. I was so sick with a staph infection, MRSA, that I just was covered, hands, arms, it was even on my legs, on my face, with these sores, these big, scabby, open, seeping sores. I had literally put so much junk in my veins, in my body, that my own blood was becoming poisonous to me. But the only person that could get me to go to the hospital was my sister. She's like, I'm scared to death, you're gonna die. I was in the ER for 3 days. I remember I hadn't eaten, and I shoveled down 2 trays of hospital meatloaf, and it was like the best meal I'd ever had. I was probably on antibiotics for 2 months at least. The goal was for me to go directly into treatment from there, but there was no place that was available. They had no openings. The quickest I could have gotten in somewhere was a Salvation Army place, and that was going to take 2 weeks. And I didn't have 2 weeks. But I went home and relapsed probably the very next day. I probably spent about $2,000 or $3,000 in 1 week. It was right back where I was right before I even went into the hospital. It had gotten to this point to where I just felt so micromanaged, you know, because everybody knew what was going on, but all I could do was just tell them lies, you know, like, no, this isn't wrong, I'm not on this, I'm not doing that, you guys, no. I don't know why I mean, everybody already knew, but I couldn't admit it. I could not actually bring myself to utter those words that, yes, I'm completely high right now, and I haven't slept in days, and I don't know what to do about it, because all I knew to do was what I was doing. I remember I was trying to talk to my sister, and my mom yelled my name, and I wanted to just rip my hair out. I was just like, I hate the sound of my name. I was just like, I feel like I hear it even when nobody's screaming it at me. There were so many situations and circumstances where I could have either gone to jail, I could have killed myself or somebody else. And I was just fortunate that that never happened. I was done doing that to my family. I mean, it got to a point where I didn't even have friends anymore. All I had were dealers and people that benefited from me and my addiction. It had gotten to a point to where I absolutely loathed the thought of just opening my eyes and waking up in the morning, because I hated waking up sick. I was gonna bite the bullet, and I was gonna push through it, and I was gonna beat it on my own. And I couldn't, not that way. The problem is not in the world, it's how we choose to look at it. And that kind of change, that kind of growth can only happen from within yourself. And that's something I've learned to tap into here. And I just feel so fortunate to have this opportunity to get and have the opportunity to live a life that's mine, not one that's controlled by a little blue pill or some substance. Actually, I crave food now, you know, I take care of myself, I brush my teeth, I do my hair. I mean, once you stop focusing on everything that's wrong with you, you can start to realize everything that's right. And I don't know, it's kind of cool. It's been a journey. It's been a really long journey, but I couldn't be happier with the way my recovery went. It's been miraculous, it's been monumental, it's been downright magical. And it's something that I feel so passionately about, because I realized my life was worth saving, you know, and that was a big insight for me to have, because it had gotten to a point to where I didn't care.